Hello guys! I hope you missed me. Well, finally, we're gonna talk about ideas for business in Ukraine. But first, you have to answer my question. Do you believe there are good and bad times and places to start a business? Well, if your answer is yes, then you might not want to risk investing in Ukraine. I'll be completely honest with you. The level of income of Ukrainians is very low. The same with consumers' demand. On the other hand, the level of corruption is hardly dropping down, and manpower is dominating factor along with growth of dollar. But it gives advantages to those who know how to use it. So when someone sees only obstacles, the others are looking for opportunities. It all depends on you. All I want to say is that don't look for any guarantees and don't expect that the path will be easy. Just concentrate on your business idea and I guess risk. I selected several market sectors that could bring you success today and are worth your attention. But let me immediately emphasize that we're not going to talk about anything as prospective as Starbucks. But the key feature in this case is that you do not have to invest a lot of money to start here. Sometimes $1,000 could be enough. So, the first sector is IT outsourcing. The principle of outsourcing services is in delegation the number of tasks to the third party. The scheme is very easy and understandable, therefore very popular. Particularly, IT outsourcing is a fast-growing sector in Ukraine, where you can find companies that have only few employees, and there are companies that have up to 100 programmers working for it. The focus is on cooperation with customers from developed Western countries. And the main idea behind it is the qualified specialist here is ready to work for $1,000 while his work can be estimated there for at times higher. In addition, the prices for office rent and electricity and internet and other expenses in Ukraine are way lower. Number 2 is agricultural sector. Maybe you've heard that Ukraine is called the breadbasket of Europe. It's because of its long-standing tradition of agricultural production. The growing demand for basic and processed agricultural products makes this sector exceptionally attractive. At a time when the world's demand for food is increasing dramatically, Ukraine is, according to the World Bank, in a position to make significant contribution to the international effort to deal with the food crisis. We're talking about up to 70% of fertile soil, which currently makes Ukraine the world's largest, number 8, for the export of wheat, and ranks at number 10 for the overall export of cereals. And number 3, it's sector of education, particularly just go and open the School of Languages. I can tell you from my own experience that the demand for learning languages on the market is very high, but the offer doesn't always meet our needs. Of course, the most desirable language to learn is English, and despite the increasing sector of its usage, only few Ukrainians speak it on the street. So take your advantage of it. All you have to do is identify the target market, whether it's adults or children or both, then find the location. And again, I have to remind you that it's quite cheap to rent a place here, to buy all needed supplies, to pay utility bills. After that, all you have to do is hire teachers and supporting staff. And when we talk about this, the average you pay from 100 up to 250, maybe 300 hryvnias to your teacher per hour, which is still less than $10. So why not? At least you're gonna work with people who can understand you and you can understand them. And there are always some positive prospects in this area. And to summarize, if you are not legal in Ukraine as a businessman, you may find it hard to register here. Local officials can cause complications, and it's because of the poor knowledge of English or bureaucracy. They can even extort bribes from you. Nevertheless, you may consider using the lawyer companies that facilitate the process. There are many of them in big cities, and I really advise you to use their help. So, good luck. I hope it was very useful and informative. Bye bye.